Student friends, in yesterday's lecture, we studied the process of scanning that is used to generate the picture raster on the television screen to give the illusion of the scene event snapped by means of a camera on the television screen by using either rectilinear scanning or by using interlaced scanning. One can get the exact illusion of the picture snapped by means of a camera on the television screen. Friends, while studying the aspect of scanning, we studied that at the end of every horizontal trace period or at the beginning of every horizontal retrace period, and also at the end of every vertical trace period and at the beginning of every vertical retrace period, sync pulses and blanking pulses are introduced. Those plays the very vital role to synchronize the transmission and reception with each other and also to keep the screen blank during horizontal as well as vertical retrace period. We also studied that the combination of picture information, sync pulses and blanking pulses forms the video signal known as composite video signal, that is CVS. If you introduce the color burst pulses of 4.8 MHz, then combination of picture information, sync pulses, blanking pulses and color burst signal together known as color composite video signal, that is CCVS. Friends, in today's lecture we are going to study the concept of the composite video signal. Composite video signal is composed of the electrical signal corresponds to the picture information in the lines scanned in the television camera and sync pulses in it. Means the combination of the electric signal proportional to the picture information which is scanned in the television camera and sync pulses togetherly known as composite video signal. It is monitored at every transmitter with the scope for distortion in the waveforms. Means in every transmission center, maybe it is a low power transmission center or high power transmission center, in every center the quality of the picture is controlled by knowing the composite video signal pattern on the oscilloscope. There are some standards which are associated with the composite video signal. If those standards are maintained in the monitored waveform on the scope, okay, then picture quality is better. And if those standards are disturbed, then definitely the quality should be improved. And for that particular purpose, whatever things which are necessary, those are to be performed. In short, the combined electrical signal proportional to the picture information and the sync pulses is known as composite video signal. The video signal carrying the picture information contains the three parts. One, video signal corresponds to picture information in the lines scanned. This is the first component of composite video signal. That is electrical signal proportional to the picture information which is scanned in the line. Second one is the sync pulses to synchronize horizontal and vertical scanning at the transmitter and receiver. Third one is the blanking pulses to make the retrace invisible. All these pulses combinedly known as the composite video signal. Friends, the sync pulses are needed at the end of horizontal and vertical scan when flyback retrace is desired during the forward and downward scan. Means sync pulses are to be applied at the end of every horizontal and vertical trace period or at the beginning of every horizontal and vertical flyback period. Friends, picture level changes between the black and white. After each line is scanned by the forward motion of the beam from left to right, the return movement to the left is very quick, as we already studied in the scanning process, and E is prevented from producing the trace by using the blanking signal. Similarly, after vertical scan also, the vertical retrace plate is blank. To make screen blank, during horizontal and vertical retrace period, the blanking pulses are used. Synchronizing pulses are used to synchronize the transmission and reception in the form of forward and downward scan. Friends, these composite pulses have their own standards. Those are known as horizontal sync pulses and their blanking standard, and also vertical sync pulse and its blanking standards. Let me begin with horizontal sync pulse and blanking standards. These are the pulses to be introduced at the end of every horizontal trace period or at the beginning of every horizontal retrace period. I think you are well aware with now trace and retrace period of the entire scanning system to form the picture raster. Friends, the amplitude level and the time distribution in the composite video signal during the horizontal period is as represented here. These are the pulses for which are monitored on the television, on the cathode ray oscilloscope at every transmission center. If you look at, this is the total period from here to here. One line trace is going to be completed, including trace as well as the retrace, which includes the retrace period represented by this particular pulse, that is flyback pulse, or it is called as the blanking pulse. Whereas whatever it is represented, this forms the picture information. So this is the trace period, whereas this one is the retrace period. Or even this is also a retrace period, whereas this one is the next trace period. That means whenever the picture information is present, the spot will move from left to right. But during retrace period, the screen is blank, and that is represented here in the form of the blanking pulses. This entire blanking pulse is introduced at the end of every trace period. Here trace period is completed. And at this particular end of trace period, this pulse is introduced. This is called as the sync pulse and blanking pulse. We are well aware that trace period is of 52 microseconds, within which the picture information is present, whereas retrace period is of only 12 microseconds. This 12 microsecond pulse is going to be divided into different parts. The combination of picture information plus blanking pulse togetherly known as line period. As the being line frequency is 15,625 Hz, line period comes to be 64 microsecond. That means this is the period of 52 microsecond during which picture information is present, and after that this is of 12 microsecond within which no picture is present, where the retrace is initiated and completed. On y-axis there is an amplitude, on x-axis there is a time. If you plot their graph, it seems to be like this. The 12 microsecond period is going to be divided into three parts. One is this period from this to this. It is known as front porch. After front porch, the signal suddenly rises up to 100% black level, and then it is returned back to the minimum. This is known as sync pulse. After that, where the vertical retrace period is completed, that takes place within the back porch. Means blanking pulse during which the retrace takes place, it is divided into three parts. One is the front porch, second one is the sync pulse, third one is the back porch. Front porch is of the period of 0.02 times the horizontal line period. Whereas total blanking pulse is 12 microsecond. Sync pulse has a width of 0.08 times the horizontal line. Back porch has a width of 0.06 times the horizontal line, whereas the total blanking pulse has a width of 0.16 times horizontal line. These are the standards which are associated for the horizontal sync pulse and also the blanking pulse. Friends, the picture information is going to present between black and white. So this is a 75% black level. Above that it is 100% black level. Above that there is a blacker than black level. When sync pulses go to the black level, screen is automatically turned off. Friends, these blanking standards are adopted by ICIR standard being used for television communication system. Details of these pulses we are describing now. The first one is a line period. This is the total duration of one complete line. Means from this trace period to retrace period, this total time period is known as line period. The line frequency is 15,625 Hz, which we already calculated yesterday. Therefore, the line period comes to be 64 microsecond. That also we know. Furthermore, the the line blanking period, it is a part of each line during which line sync pulse is inserted. Line blanking, it is a part of each line during which the sync pulse is inserted, and during this period beam playback is initiated and completed. The beam is cut off by a black level of the amplitude. Line blanking is 0.19 or 0.18 times the horizontal line. That comes to be 12 microsecond. Means this is the line blanking, and that is of 12 microsecond. This line blanking period is divided into three parts. One is a line sync pulse. It is a short pulse sent from transmitter to correct the horizontal scanning rate at a receiver if it deviates from desired rate. And it is of the order of 0.075 times horizontal line, that is 4.8 microsecond. Means this sync period is of 4.8 microsecond. Second is the front porch. The start of sync pulse does not coincide with blanking, but it follows 0.2% of the line period. This short period is front porch, which you already seen just now. Look at here. This is the front porch. It allows every sync pulse to build a fixed black level of blanking pulse and avoids the building of sync pulse in varying brightness level. It isolates the sync circuit from influence of the line picture details. Front porch is of the order of 0.02 times the horizontal line. It is of the order of 1.5 microsecond. The third part is back porch. The period in which the black side of the sync pulse is allowed the line flyback to be completed and settled from oscillatory condition in the deflection circuit before next deflection starts. It is of the period of 0.06 times the horizontal line. It is of 5.8 microsecond. Thus 5.8 plus 1.5 plus 4.8 comes to be almost all nearly 12 microsecond. So the 12 microseconds are divided into 4.8 line sync pulse, 1.4 front porch and 5.8 that is back porch. In some system, blanking lever is blacker than black. It is called as pedestal or setup level. Friends, these are the standards of the horizontal sync pulse and also the blanking pulse which are used in television communication system. Now we are going to study the vertical sync pulse and its blanking standard. Friends, we are aware that vertical scanning will take place in the two fields. One is odd field where first odd number of 312.5 lines are scanned, and next one is even field where remaining even number of 312.5 lines are scanned. And then after every filled scan, half filled scan, the vertical retrace is initiated, and during that vertical retrace period, vertical sync pulse and vertical blanking pulses are introduced, which are represented in these particular pulse waveforms. If you look to these particular waveforms, this is the horizontal blanking period, this is the picture information, again this is the horizontal blanking period and this is the picture information. Here 312.5 lines are going to be completed. That is, here is the end of odd field. After that, these pulses are introduced. Look at here, these pulses are introduced and these are called as the vertical sync pulse and also the blanking pulse. These consist of pre-equalizing pulses, post-equalizing pulses and vertical synchronizing pulses. Pre-equalizing 5 pulses, post-equalizing 5 pulses and vertical synchronizing 5 pulses. Each have their own timing standards. After retrace period of 312.5 lines, the next horizontal trace begins. Next even field begins and again picture information is going to be scanned. Then further horizontal blanking pulse and so on. Again, same set of lines are introduced at the end of 625 lines. Here, even field is going to be completed. After that, same pulses are going to be introduced. Pre-equalizing pulses, post-equalizing pulses, and vertical synchronizing pulses. Here, again, even field retrace is going to be completed, and after that, again odd field starts scanning. This is for monochrome television scanning, but for color scanning, 8 carriers, 8 cycles of color subcarrier burst signal is introduced, which is of the frequency of 4.8 megahertz. So this is the front porch, this is the synchronizing pulses, and this is the back porch. In the back porch of every horizontal flyback period, these color subcarrier burst signal is introduced of the order of 4.8 megahertz. This is only for color chrominance signal transmission. For monochrome, these signals are not transmitted. Let us see their respective standards in the next slide. The field blanking pulse. It is a longer duration to distinguish between line and vertical sync pulse. To avoid interruption of line sync in a field sync, it is split by serration, each of 4.7 microsecond wide, into 5 half-line rhythm narrower pulses, each of 27.3 microsecond wide. The half-line rhythm is necessary because it occurs at the middle of 312 and half line of odd and 625th line of the even field. So these are called as field blanking pulses. Look it here. So these pulses are referred as the blanking pulses or synchronizing pulses, which are introduced at the center. Next one is the pre-equalizing pulses. The receiver deflection circuit have to separate vertical sync pulse from the line sync pulse to produce composite video signal pulse to trigger and synchronize the vertical oscillator. For perfect interlace pulse produced in exactly similar condition on both odd and even fields. These are of 5 half-line period, each of 2.3 microsecond wide. Means these pulses. Look at these pre-equalizing pulses. 2.3 microsecond wide. Next is post-equalizing pulses. Following last 5 vertical sync pulses, there is a half-line period of odd field and full line period of next even field. It is necessary to introduce 5 equalizing pulses at the end of field sync pulse so that maintain line sync without gap. These are also of 2.3 microsecond wide. So these are post equalizing pulses, each of 2.3 microsecond. 2.3 microsecond, 27.3 microsecond are the timings which are associated for the vertical sync pulses and the blanking pulses. Friends, these are the standards vertical used for vertical sync pulse and vertical blanking pulses to be introduced at the end of every vertical retrace period, whereas the horizontal standards and blanking pulses, sync pulses are introduced at the end of every horizontal trace period so as to synchronize the transmission and reception with each other. Friends, the combination of vertical blanking standards and horizontal blanking standards forms the composite video signal. Thus we can say The combined electrical signal proportional to the picture information, which is already seen, it is there. Horizontal blanking pulses, sync pulses, vertical sync pulses, vertical blanking pulses, all these togetherly we can call it as it is a composite video signal. If in composite video signal, color burst signal of subcarrier with the frequency 4.8 MHz is included at the back porch, then that forms color composite video signal. Friends, that's all about the meaning of composite video signal and also the color composite video signal. Let me now introduce the concept of vestigial sideband. Student friends, already we have studied the concept of vestigial sideband in topic number 2, that is modulation and demodulation, when we studied the DSB, that is double sideband, SSB, that is single sideband, and VSB, vestigial sideband. It is merely repetition for you. Without spending much time on that, directly we will go to understand repeatedly the meaning of vestigial sideband. So friends, in television picture communication, picture bandwidth is 5 MHz. At 5.5 MHz, sound carrier is introduced. If transmission is done by normal broadcasting, 10 MHz bandwidth is required. Means with a double sideband. Because picture signal is amplitude modulated. Hence, it has upper sideband as well as lower sideband. Each sideband has a width of 5 MHz. If we consider full double sidebands, then its bandwidth becomes 10 MHz. To reduce the bandwidth under normal broadcasting, one sideband is completely transmitted, and for other sideband, some part, that is vestige, is used to transmit to get the 7 MHz bandwidth. And some part of lower sideband is used. That some part, it is called as a vestige, and that's why bandwidth generated is known as vestigial bandwidth or vestigial sideband. So the bandwidth is reduced from 10 MHz to 7 MHz. From the bandwidth diagram, we say whole upper sideband is transmitted to get the bandwidth of 5 MHz. But for lower sideband, as television signal contains a DC level signal frequency, instead of suppressing completely, part is suppressed and remaining part, known as vestige of sideband, is transmitted. Friends, thus in vestigial sideband, 0 to 0.75 MHz signal is present on both the sideband, while above 0.70 MHz up to 5 MHz signals are only present in the upper sideband. Hence, upper sideband is fully transmitted, whereas lower sideband is passed only from 0.75 MHz. The lower sideband is suppressed at 1.25 MHz and upper sideband is attenuated at 5.5 MHz. The sound carrier with the deviation of plus or minus 50 kHz is inserted at 5.5 MHz. Thus, it allows bandwidth of 7 MHz from 1.25 MHz to 5.75 MHz along with 0.25 MHz guard band. So if you add 1.25 MHz, 5.5 MHz and 0.25 MHz, it comes to be 7 MHz. Same is going to be represented in this particular bandwidth diagram. Look at here. This is the carrier at the center, picture carrier. On this, there is upper sideband. To the left, there is a lower sideband. Upper sideband is attenuated at 5.5 MHz, where sound carrier is introduced, that is S. additional 0.25 megahertz is added to that. It is represented here. It is known as guard band. So upper sideband becomes 5.75 megahertz, whereas lower sideband is suppressed at 1.25 megahertz. So that 0.75 megahertz signals are taken from lower sideband, even though it is of 5 megahertz. Out of 5 megahertz, only 1.25 megahertz signal is going to be clamped, and it is introduced in upper sideband as well as lower sideband. Thus 1.25 megahertz plus 5.75 megahertz, that forms the 7 megahertz. Otherwise, the bandwidth may going to become 10 megahertz. As some part of lower band is taken, that some part it is known as vestige, and that's why that band is called as vestigial sideband. Thus, in television communication, picture information is amplitude modulated and it is transmitted through vestigial sideband. Friends, this is what the concept of vestigial sideband. That's all about today's lecture, where we have studied the meaning of vestigial sideband repeatedly. We have studied the meaning of composite video signal and also the color composite video signal along with horizontal and vertical sync and blanking standards. The rest we'll see in the next page.